Today we're going to try and make a custom license plate bracket for the Rebel. Since I removed the rear fender, I'm trying to think of something to mount the rear license plate there and add some plate lights and stuff like that. So got some pieces. We're going to try and piece something together, an idea I got. So we'll try it out, see how it works. If it doesn't work, basically I'm going to modify some stock parts, and then I got some other parts for things that we can try. But I think it should go together pretty well, so let's go ahead and get started. So I want to keep the plate right in the rear there. This is where I liked it. I looked at some side plates and side mount plates and stuff like that, but just didn't really like them as much. So I think I'm going to go for trying to do something custom, make a bracket and a plate that will fit up under the tail there and hold our license plate, and also add some plate lights so it's legal. So let's go ahead and get started. So pretty much I think I'm going to use this stock piece here that mounts to the fender piece that's in there, but it has like that lip that sticks out, so I'm actually going to cut this straight off right here so it's flat. And then we already have two mounting holes, so I'm going to use this leftover plastic from that custom battery charger that we made, and I'm going to cut it up the same width and then round the top off so that way it'll fit up under there. And then with this bracket piece, I was originally going to try and use this, but I think what we can do is we can cut it a little shorter. So where the seat mounts, the bolts will actually hold this, and then we can bend this portion down to screw onto the top where it is going to be rounded out. And then I can put the license plate lights in here where it's bent and holding the plate there, and so it'll shine on the license plate and everything. And then when you bolt the seat down, it'll hold this bracket in. So this piece I got off Amazon for like $3. Will go right here. You can see it's a little too wide right now, so I'll cut it down with a Dremel. But once it is, then you can see the mounting holes, and then I can bend this piece over and then screw the plate in there to hold it, and then put the lights on there so everything will fit. And it should work, I think, pretty slick. So first thing I'm gonna do is just take a hacksaw and just cut this straight across right here to remove this hump piece that gets in the way. So there we go. This is cut off now, straight across. So now this can actually, we can actually mount it with screws right to here, so this will give us a nice straight up along the back there, and then we can just cut this rounded at the top so it'll fit up under there real nice. So should be pretty good. You know, we can cut this bottom piece rounded a little bit too, just to kind of get it together. But yeah, this is gonna, I think this is definitely gonna work. And now for this back plastic piece, I'm gonna cut it just a hair wider than what the actual plate is, so we got a little bit of room there. So I'm thinking about maybe a 1/4 inch wider than the actual standard license plate, and then we'll just cut it straight up, and then we'll take a look at how much we have to round it. You can kind of see how this is starting to go together. I drilled some holes in here. If you should have 3 push pins left from the body if you took the rear fender off. So unfortunately I think I lost the other 2, but you can use those in here to secure it. I'll probably just use some screws or something, but the body pins, if you save those, should work as well. So on the back you can see how it's going to mount. This will connect to the stock part like normal, so we just have to cut this part rounded to fit under the tail right, and then we can also cut this part rounded if we choose to just kind of fit it a little bit better, but I don't think it's going to be required. So you guys can see I kind of test fit it up, and then I just took a Sharpie and traced around the curve of the back part there, so I can just cut it out and it should fit perfectly. But now you can kind of see how it's coming together and how it's going to work. Quick little work with the scroll saw, so now that should hopefully curve up nice with the seat and then clip right in at the stock location. So let's go ahead and we'll try and fit it in and see how it looks. So as you can see, that fits in there real nice, kind of cleans the back end up, but our plate will go right over top here, and then so that gives us a nice clean spot to mount the plate. Tire won't hit, and it just kind of ties everything together real nice. So the only final thing is I'm going to put a bracket with I'm going to try and get that bracket piece up here, and then we can actually drill and put our plate lights right here. That way, you know, it's not through the plate and we don't have to unwire everything if we want to change our plate. So the bracket should sit around here, and then we'll have our 2 little plate lights shine down and do that up. So this part all fits great. I think I'm just going to leave this part straight instead of cut it out in a ring, because the plate is going to cover it anyways, so nobody's going to see that. So it should be fine just the way it is right here. And then let's take a look at how we're going to do that bracket for the upper part with the lights. Thinking that we will you know, obviously we have to cut this shorter, but it will line up with the holes, and then I'm just going to bend this over at the right angle to get it to touch the back, so that way we can screw the lights through, and it will hold the top portion of this as well. Although it is really secure in there just as it is. Probably don't need anything actually, but we're just going to do that for a little added security. So as you can see, I cut the ends off that bracket, bent it down so you can see how this is going to go. This is going to fit right here like this, so when you bolt the seat down it'll hold it, and then this will screw into the back of our plate, and then our lights will mount to that. So it's pretty straightforward, but coming together kind of how we planned. The bracket kind of as it sits, we got our holes for the plate, we got our plate LEDs mounted. I shrink wrapped them. Here's the bracket on the back that will go under the seat. Put a connector on here so we can wire this into the stock light, and then we can disconnect it. We can remove this whole thing if we have to. Nothing's going to be too permanent or in there, but we'll go ahead and I'm just going to wire up the other side on the bike for this connector for the plate lights, and then we'll go ahead and put the plate on, put it all back together, and let you guys check it out. I wired this in. The white plug with the 3 wires on it is the one for the tail light and your license plate light. So the green wire is ground. I tapped into the brown, which is the running lights. So when you turn the power on, we should get license plate light. So that just plugs in, and then boom, there we go. So we got LEDs for the plate. So that's all set up, pretty low key. So now we can go ahead and mount everything up, put the plate on there, and you guys can see the finished product here. So we got the seat pretty much reassembled. You can see how our bracket fits on there, guys, and then when we tighten the seat down, it's just going to hold everything in there real tight. So we'll go ahead and put the seat on, and so there we go, guys, all installed and buttoned up. Turned out exactly how I hoped. Looks real clean back there, holds the plate perfectly, visible from behind with plate lights, and just keeps the whole rear of the bike clean. I didn't like the look of the side plates as much, so I mean, for a couple bucks, maybe 20 bucks worth of parts, including the lights and everything, we got our own custom license plate mount for the back there if you're running no fender. I think it looks pretty sweet. So if you guys liked it, you can check out my other videos. We got a ton of other Rebel videos. Just showing you how I've done various things to my bike, so if you guys want, you can watch those, kind of get some information. Everything I use for this will be in the description below, links on Amazon, the stuff I purchased, so if you guys want to make one, feel free, and I'll also put a link to a template, because I measured everything, and I'll make a template in Illustrator for that piece that I cut out, so it might save you some time. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.